Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. There's no surprise this week, I'm not doing a live. I've actually managed to squeeze time into my busy week to film, edit and upload a Midweek 180, but I did enjoy last week's live one, and if you did, let me know, because I love that interaction. It was only 45 minutes or so, but answered some great questions. Loads of you were online and it was good fun. So I plan to do a few more of those because they are it's a great way of having that instant interaction with you. But this is a live one. I am at home this week. I am mega busy because this coming weekend I'm off to Marbella for my half Ironman, but more on that in a little while. But yeah, pretty busy week. Anyway, without further ado, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. I shall start my time. I'm going to put 180 seconds in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, but you know all that bump. Let's just get cracking with it. So, last week's leader of the pack, Andy Hunt, well done mate, joined in the Magnificent Seven by Frank Metcalf, Stephen Mitchin, Francois G, Mr. Mawson, Wayne Metalart and James Bailey. So whoever puts the first comment this week, you'll be my leader of the pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be in my Magnificent Seven. Those results probably were slewed a little bit by the fact we did a live and we were already in the comments, the chat box by then. Where are you and what you're doing? Well, that was Joshua Pettit, who commented he was having his first driving lesson last week. But even though I asked, you didn't let me know how you got on, mate. So how did you get on your first driving lesson? Wherever you are right now, and whatever you're doing, put it in the comments below, and I'll give you a shout out next week. Now, last week's question, I didn't ask one because we were in a live kind of Q&A session. This week's question, I went to the continent this week and I went out on a ferry and came back on the tunnel, and me and my mate Dino were just chatting about the pros and cons of each. Which one do you prefer if you're going across the channel? I know this is quite a UK specific question. If you're going across the channel, would you rather take the ferry or would you take the tunnel? F1, didn't watch any of the F1. Well, actually that's a complete lie. I was in a bar in the Nürburgring and it was on the telly, but we went outside and we were watching all the cars go past. I have caught up looking at the highlights. Sprint race, all I need to do is say Max Verstappen, great racer. He just needs to, honestly, is he on a mission to make everybody hate him? Because that whole thing with George Russell, it was just a racing incident, simple as. And he just, he's as bad as everybody else at cutting people up and diving one down the inside. And when it happens to him, it's the worst thing in the world. And when he does it, it's everybody else's problem. And I don't like him for that. Anyway, good to see Perez win. Put one across Verstappen as well. But yeah, I didn't really see the race. I can't comment. It's a shame. I will be looking forward to the next one. I, though, however, went to the World Endurance Cars, the WEC race at Spa. And I don't know if you've ever been to Spa before. It's a circuit I love watching on the TV. I've raced it a lot when I had my sim. I'd never been there in person. It is a stunning, stunning place. I cannot get across. Eau Rouge, for me, one of the best corners in motorsport globally. I cannot begin to describe how amazing it is when you stand at the bottom of Eau Rouge and you look up at a hypercar flat out through Eau Rouge. Absolutely amazing. And then walk down the end of the Kemmel Straight where they're probably coming into that at 200 miles an hour. And we were watching the top class cars in the WEC race. They weren't braking till 120 meters. So you're going from 200 mile an hour to probably 60 to 80 mile an hour, something like that, for the right-hander at the end of the Kemmel Straight. They're doing that braking in, from 120 meters. Absolutely sensational. I'm going to run out of time. I can't believe I've run out of time already. So I'm just going to chat anyway. The Drive Talk podcast, I can't not mention that. We've had, Joe and I were together yesterday filming episode 3 and episode 4. In episode 4, we have our first guest, which is a real learning experience, setting up the kit and the camera angles for 3 people instead of 2. So we want to have more and more guests on. We want to go live. We are overwhelmed by the support so far of the Drive Talk podcast. The Apple podcast charts come out on a Wednesday, and we are still, I checked this morning, we are still in the top 5. We're actually the 3rd biggest automotive podcast, or number 3 in the charts anyway, in the UK, which is simply incredible. Thank you so much to everyone who's either subscribed and watched on YouTube or is following us and listening to us on the podcast platforms that you may well use. But episode 3 is a doozy and it comes out next Friday, every 2 weeks, remember. And then, as I said, on Sunday I have my Ironman. I am at the end of my taper. I'm now panicking a little bit because anyone of you who've ever done like a marathon or a long distance event, you train really hard until about 2 or 3 weeks out, and then you tail off your training and do what's called a taper. So you just do gentle exercise just to kick over, really. But the problem is you think, I haven't done any serious bikes or runs or swims, and you start panicking that you're losing your fitness, when that's actually not the case at all. So I have my last session with my trainer today, learning about all the transitions and really understanding what's ahead of me on Sunday. I'm going to do a gentle session on Swift tonight. I'll probably go for a swim tomorrow, and then that's me ready to go. And I am, quite nervous. And then Friday's video, I came back from Podium Tours on Monday. I had an amazing 4 days, 3 nights with Podium Tours. From Friday, we went out to Belgium. We went go-karting. We drove over to Spa. We watched the WEC race at Spa. We drove from Spa to the Nürburgrings through some of the best driving roads ever. Germany, oh my, what a beautiful country. And then we got to the Nürburgring, and that's just it was so busy. I mean, I knew it would be busy. It was absolutely rammed. So this Friday's video is basically my film from the petrol, from the tours, from Podium Tours. Just a full petrol heads and beautiful cars and amazing people, and hopefully it'll be a good video. I haven't videoed it yet or edited it yet. Don't know when I'm going to get a chance to do that. And then just a quick heads up, there will not be a video on Monday of next week. Although I've got one in the can, I just don't have the time to edit it. And while I'm away in Marbella, I don't want to be doing anything other than concentrating on my Ironman. So there won't be a Monday night video next week. There'll be a midweek 180 and there'll be a Friday video, but nothing on Monday. Hopefully you will understand that one. Anyway, if you haven't sponsored me already, I know I keep asking for sponsorship, but I am raising money for Born Free on my Ironman. I'll put a link in the description below and a pinned comment. If you have a spare couple of quid, it doesn't have to be, hundreds and hundreds of pounds, just £1 or £2. If every subscriber gave me £1, yes, I would make £176,000 for Born Free. Clearly, that's not going to happen. But anyway. I'm waffling now. I need to edit this, crack on then. I need to try and get my Bianchi in a lovely new flight case that I've bought, and I've just booked my extra cycle carriage ticket with the airline for the flight on Friday, and then I think I'm getting there. Anyway, I'll see you on the next film, guys, which is this Friday at 6 for the Podium Tours tour. See you on that one, guys. You take care. Drive safe.